the Anderson Township Zoning Commission meeting for April 28, 2014. Like to make a motion or receive a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting.
Motion to approve the agenda.
A second?
I second.
Could you please call roll?
Jonathan Gothard,
Yes.
Christine Cook,
Yes.
Jay Lewis.
Yes.
Due to the current attendees, not, except for one not being in the presence for the last zoning commission in March, we cannot approve the minutes at this time. We'll defer that to next month's zoning commission meeting. With that, our first case tonight is case 1-1988 Anderson. Paul, could you please lead us through that?
And actually, I forgot, Mr. Schroeder is going to help us out with that case tonight, so he will do the presentation.
Okay. Mr.
Sure.
Schroeder.
All right, so starting off in November 2013, the applicant for the Goddard School proposed a 5,900 square foot single floor addition to the Goddard School, which would be on the side of the building. That would have had 3 classrooms, a multi-purpose room, and a covered patio, allowing for 5 to 7 additional faculty. However, due to budgetary constraints, they decided to repropose a new plan, which we are discussing today, which will be both behind and to the side of the building, so south and east. So again, it'll be 3 classrooms, a before and after school room, a covered patio, and additionally a new playground, and it'll allow for 6 to 9 additional faculty. With this new plan, there is a variance request for a setback of 32 feet, where 40 feet is required, and then further down the building, further east, a setback of 5 feet, again where 40 feet is required, and that is due to a cell tower, which you can see on the PowerPoint. Back here is if you can see my laser, follow me, where the proposal will be, and then the cell tower is right along here, and then there's a fence that would be 5 feet away from the current, or from the proposed extension. And then, here we go. I forgot I can move the clicker. So you can see the inside here with the 3 additional classrooms, and then a multi-purpose room, which will include half a basketball court. Again, right here outside is where the cell phone tower is, and then you can see the landscaping plan. And staff finds that the township, this will support the economic development, housing and neighborhood, and quality of life that the township looks to present. And you can see some of this through our pictures, just kind of what the Goddard School will look like. This is the current front. The expansion will be over in the woods here, mostly behind what you see. This is the cell phone tower. The building will be coming out the back here and then to the side. Going into, this is the side. If we go back, you can see that view is looking here. So you can see where the dumpsters stay. And so the staff recommends proposal because of its applicable plans. And because of the following conditions, which you're free to read, but essentially, it's not going to affect the character of the neighborhood or any of the adjacent properties, and it won't be a detriment to the property as it stands now.
Thank you, Mr. Schroeder.
Thank you.
Commission, do we have any questions of Mr. Schroeder at this time?
I do not.
Mr. Schroeder, I just have one question. Is the cell phone tower a separate parcel, or is that part of the parcel that's in easement off?
It's a separate parcel, and it's currently fenced off.
Currently fenced? Okay.
Was it discussed earlier about the additional parking? Was that for the families or for the additional faculty?
Both. Our calculations are based on the number of students. So the additional parking meets the minimum requirements for a school that size with that many students. So as far as, how it will be used, it's up to the school, but our calculations are based on the number of students.
And it was okay? It was
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions from the commission? With this, we'd like to, if the applicant has any statements to make, we'd be more than willing to hear those at this time.
If you'll just state your name and your address up at the podium for the record.
My name is Mark Reinhardt, owner of the Goddard School in Anderson Township. Very excited about the project. Would love to see it go through. The original one that did get approved just proved to be too expensive. It was building out of the side of the building as opposed to following the natural roof line off the back. We just couldn't make it work. This one is less expensive to build, and I think Tony, the architect here, we've got a pretty good plan. My wife and I are very big into the whole green thing. We teach it at the school. It's important to us that we put a lot of these trees back. I want the cover, I want the trees, the species back, and so we're going to put a lot of that back along the fence line to try to make it. It won't be as heavily wooded as that parcel is now, but it'll be pretty thick to try to give some cover there. That piece you see in the back behind the addition will be an outdoor classroom. Goddard is big into that right back in there, yeah. And so there'll be a number of plant species in there, like an ABC type of a garden, and we really want to put it back. We now have 4 themed garden beds. They will remain with the addition of that back piece. So very excited about it. If you've ever been over there, you're welcome. I'll give you a tour, show you around.
Commission, any questions of the applicant at this time?
No questions?
Looks like the circle drive area is being replaced with landscaping and grass, is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, and then do they do a drop-off type structure, or do the parents actually bring their children inside?
We're a walk-in school, so everybody brings their students in.
Okay.
I thought that drive lane was for fire, but it's not. It's fire would say they would never park that close to a burning building, so we do use it, but it would go away. It'll go back to green space. We'll put a bike rack in there and a park bench.
Okay. That's my only question.
In the previous application, there was much discussion about signage for your facility. Is there any changes to that
No.
being proposed, so the previous would still carry through?
Right, yeah.
Any other comments for the commission?
I don't think so.
With this, any other questions or discussion for the commission?
No questions?
I'll just ask if there's anyone from the audience. Anyone from the audience?
Anyone else from the audience like to speak on this matter? Mr. Ravignani, please come to the podium, state your name and address, please.
I'm Tony Ravignani, 1641 Pine Bluff, here in Anderson. I just wanted to make one point of clarification. I'm the architect for Mark on this project. It states in the resolution that the setbacks would be 32 feet and 5 feet. The 5 feet is actually to the fence line of the cell phone tower, not the property line. We are about a foot away from the property line. Okay? So I just want to make sure that we don't get caught into some 5-foot setback that we can't meet. So that was the main thing I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Okay?
Anything else?
That's all I had.
And the 32 is correct?
The 32
So
is correct.
It would be 32 feet and 1 foot.
Yeah.
2 feet, sorry. You said-
32 feet
Yes,
and 1 foot.
and 1 foot,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, it's on a skew, so it's not 1 foot the whole length to the back, but it's 1 foot at the
Okay.
closest point.
1 foot, okay.
And is that 1 foot really at the sort of re-entrant corner?
Yes,
between
at the
classroom
back
and-
re-entry corner there. That's correct. Okay?
Thank you.
Any questions of Mr. Ravignani?
No questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, any discussion amongst the commission? From staff, any other comments?
No, so The request is a major modification, and there are two variance requests. One variance request is for the rear yard setback, and I'll just restate it again, just to make sure that we're all clear. One of 32 feet and the other of 1 foot around the cell tower. The second variance request is regarding landscaping in the landscape islands in the parking lot. The zoning resolution requires 1 tree and 2 shrubs, and the applicant is requesting to waive the tree because of the light poles are in the islands. So that was the second request. So if there are no more questions, we can close the public hearing and then have a discussion amongst the zoning commission.
So is the staff okay with the variance being now that it's 1 foot rather than
Yes.
5?
With that, we'll close the public hearing. Any discussions among commission at this time?
I'd make a motion to approve case for the Goddard School based on the approval of the 2 variances in the staff report.
And then would we modify the variance request from 5 to 1 foot?
Yes, modifying the variance from 5 foot to 1 foot in the rear setback.
Anyone second?
Second.
Could you please call roll?
Christine Cook,
Yes.
Jay Lewis,
Yes.
Jonathan Goffin.
Yes. Okay, with that, we'll go to our second case today. That is case number 1-2014, final development plan. Is Mr. Schroeder leading us through this?
I'll do this one.
Okay, Mr. Drury, please.
Okay, the applicant is Cynthia Williams, who is the architect on behalf of Kiln Weiss Grocer, who represents Black Skirt Unlimited LLC, who is the property owner. The location is at 1167 8 Mile Road, and this is a request for a final development plan approval for the construction of approximately 1,800 square foot addition, driveway elimination, and parking lot modifications. This is the parcel in question in blue. It was rezoned jointly, both properties, 1167 and the property to the south, as OO, planned office in 2006, and then came back before the Regional Planning Commission, Zoning Commission, and trustees as a substantial modification because the addition, the proposed addition, was contradicting several of the original conditions. So that's why it went through the substantial modification process. So the meeting tonight, and those were approved as in the resolution should be in your staff, in your packet of the conditions that were placed. So the purpose of tonight's meeting is to review the submitted final development plan to ensure its consistency and compliance with the approving resolution. So we'll just quickly refresh your memory of the case itself. This is an aerial of the property, again, 8 Mile Road. This is an entrance into the shopping center to the west of the property. And then this is a single-family home here, but it's also part of that OO zoning district. This is the final development plan, or the site plan, and it's better to see on paper, but this is the original house that was converted to an office, and then the proposed addition onto the back of the existing structure. There was a circular driveway that went around the building in a one-way configuration. The southernmost driveway is proposed to be eliminated with a combined entrance-exit on the northern driveway and parking addition to the rear of the existing structure, and this would be made a two-way. The other improvements, required landscaping to screen the parking to residential use, and then there was also a variance request as well for a 0-foot setback for the parking lot to a property line adjacent to a residential district. However, that residential district was an access drive into a commercial shopping district, into a commercial shopping center. So a variance was granted for that 0 setback. These are the elevation drawings of the proposed addition. Again, it was residential in nature, and the style of the architecture is residential as well in character to match the existing home and then also the surrounding homes nearby. Then the latest meeting on this was on March 20th, 2014, and the zoning, by the trustees who did approve it. So, as I stated, the purpose of tonight's meeting is to review the consistency of the development plan with the approving resolution. The following conditions were part of that resolution, and as you can see, they are all compliant. Number one, and I don't know if I need to go through all of them unless you have a question on any of them specifically. Again, there was one variance. And then everything else was in compliance. There was a question about the lighting plan, which will be modified to ensure compliance with the zoning resolution. So therefore, staff feels that the proposed plan is consistent with the spirit of the intent of the approving resolution for the rezoning. And we'll be open up to any questions you may have.
Commissioner, any questions of staff?
Just a question on the lighting. What were the hours of operation and is there lighting needed or?
The lighting, there is no time restrictions for lighting since it's an office zoning district. The question that came up is the maximum foot candles at a residential line is 0.1 foot candle, and on the lighting plan, the foot candles were not carried out to the property line. And a revised lighting plan will be submitted to demonstrate that they do actually drop to 0.1. The only lighting restriction may be for the freestanding sign, just that it doesn't bleed over into the residence across the street. But that's the only restriction that would be on lighting on the property.
Okay, thank you.
No questions.
With that lighting of the sign, is that standard under the zoning code?
Yes.
As far as requirements, the special requirements
Right,
for us?
right.
Okay. And there will be a revised site lighting plan?
Yes.
Okay. If the applicant would like to address the board, we'd be pleased to hear your thoughts.
My name is Cynthia Williams. I'm the architect for the project. I don't really have anything further to add, just to thank you for considering the project, and I'd be happy to answer any questions, but I think we've gone over it already, so thank you.
Commissioner, any questions of the applicant?
No question.
No questions.
No questions?
Thank you.
Close the public hearing. Close the public hearing.
This one's not a public hearing.
Okay. With that, any discussion amongst the commission concerning this application?
No questions.
No.
None for me. Entertain any motion?
I make a motion to approve case 2-2014 for the Platinum Marketing Group.
Second.
Could you please call roll?
Christine Cook,
Yes.
Jay Lewis,
Yes.
Jonathan Goffert.
Yes. With that, Mr. Drury, any new business for the commission?
No new business. We most likely will have another meeting next month, so I will let you guys know if we'll need you or not. But thank you for showing up tonight. I'm glad that worked out. But no new business.
Okay.
Make a motion to close the meeting.
Seconded.
Please call roll.
Christine Cook,
Yes.
Jay Lewis,
Yes.
Jonathan Goffert.
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Thank you.